knows?
The answer to the great question.
Yes.
Of life, the universe,
the number of Tidbits Pods,
and everything.
Yes.
Is.
Yes.
Is.
Yes.
42.
42?
Evening all, welcome to Tidbits Pod episode 42. This intro is being recorded in Shea Tidball, back in Croydon. And before we get into this one, I think it's worth giving a bit of backstory, a little bit of flavour. So, back in March 2020, all the cinemas in the UK and many around the world were forced to close their doors to the public to help stop the spread of coronavirus. And at that time, I'd just moved to Mile End in London, and my moving in day was only a couple of days before pretty much everything closed down. So yeah, gutted for me. But walks were still on the cards, and at that time they were being limited to sort of essential journeys, or like as they were alright as part of your 1 hour a day government permitted exercise. So yeah, I decided to use my walks to kind of go and explore as much of London as I could. And yeah, I figured out, like, the whole hour rule, it's pretty redundant. Like, if you're not going into any businesses and you're not going to go near anybody, like, what's the difference between being outside for an hour or 10, safety wise? So then, like, after a few walks around deserted London, I was like, yeah, this is actually pretty cool. It's like it's sort of like being in I Am Legend or something. So yeah, started taking pictures and little videos and shit, as I'm sort of sure, everyone was doing in every city at the time. It was all pretty surreal. And then, yeah, it all started to settle, and yeah, just like the whole reality of just how bleak it was started to settle, and, particularly looking at empty pubs at the time. And I thought, right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a photo of the outside of every pub now, and then once everything opens up again, I'm going to stand in the same places and take a picture of the pub open up again, and sort of make a point of going in and having a pint in every pub that I've taken a picture of. But then, quick internet search, like, how many pubs are there in London? It's like, yeah, London has a vibrant pub scene with over 3,500 pubs. Like, bollocks. So that's far too many for this little game. And then I was walking through the West End, London's fashionable West End, and like, originally I wanted to get a picture like at Piccadilly Circus and to go like, oh fucking hell, it's like Piccadilly Circus round here. A little slant on that because there's no people around. But then I see the sign of the Curzon cinema. It was the Shaftesbury Avenue Curzon. Right on. But yeah, anyway, so on that sign, it would have normally, it just has the names of what films are showing and stuff. But at that time, they'd just put "to be continued." So I just stood there like, fuck, like, that's mad. And but it's also kind of sweet. And that was back at the time when there was loads of videos circling on the internet of, like, old Italian boys singing on their balconies, and like people in Amsterdam raving on the balconies and all this kind of stuff. Like proper sort of heartfelt community spirit type shit that was all going round. So then, yeah, I thought I'm gonna try and walk to every cinema that I can get to, and I'm gonna get pictures of all these messages on the outside of cinemas. And it was kind of in the same vein as the pub idea. Like, once everything's like back open, I was going to go and support them by watching a film in each one. And yeah, which was nice. So it started off, and it gave me an excuse to start walking further afield. So, I mean, some days I go all the way to Notting Hill. That was a cool one. A bit of a trek. Putney, Clapham. And on the outside of these, they had some good puns and obviously like film lines and stuff. And then there was some, the most common one, which is like, "We'll be back," sort of thing, like Terminator style. But there was lots of simple messages like, like stay safe, or like thanking the NHS and stuff. But the majority had nothing, and it was just kind of like, they'd just been paused in time. So that was pretty mad. Got pictures anyway. And yeah, the story doesn't stop there. So then I was loading these pictures onto the internet, and I put a message out to see if I could get some pictures from further afield. And then, well, yeah, like soon enough, like legendary people started to send in all their pictures, like from all around the UK. My mate Jazz, hello Jazzbo, he got loads that I'd missed in London. And yeah, there's a good few people around London actually. Some that didn't want to be publicly thanked, so I won't hear. But yeah, thanks to all the Londoners, you legends. My mate Lyle, he got in touch. He had pictures of cinemas in Portland, Oregon, in the USA. That was cool. And Darcy in Winnipeg in Canada. Jodie and Paul from Courtenay, BC, or Courtney maybe. Also Canada anyway. My mate Philip from Germany, aka PTM, who some of you might remember from back on Tidbits Pod 18, back before, that was back before he started to get thousands of monthly listeners and stuff, and blowing up on Spotify, getting all lists and stuff. So yeah, he sent in pictures from Hamburg. I even got one from my mate AK, all the way out in Burma, an ex-colleague. A place called the Top Royal Cinema in Yangon. So yeah, what a fucking legend she is. And anyway, so then I put all of these pictures, combine them into a Facebook album, and that was kind of that really. And when everything kind of opened up, the first cinema trip back for me, I was back in Croydon, back in the room I'm in now, and from here I went to watch Christopher Nolan's Tenet, and that was at the View Cinema in Croydon, the Grants one, and that was on the 6th of September 2020 I saw that, and it felt good to be back. But again, that was that. So took a picture of the ticket stub on the front of the place and sort of, I added that to the album. And since then, I saw more films, when it was deemed to be safe enough to do so. And some of them I've talked about on here. But, it dawned on me the other day. And then, it kind of got concreted by my mate Colin the other day in Box Park. Like, why not combine this cinema shenanigan thing with this podcast? So kind of makes sense. So what I'm going to do, and the plan is to go to all those cinemas on the list that I got back in the day, back last year, and I'm going to go to them, watch a film in them, and then review both the cinema experience and the film together as a whole thing, rather than just the film. That's what I did the other day, and luck has it, the cinema that I'd just come out of when I thought of the idea was the View Cinema in Croydon Grants, the one that had been the first one back anyway. So coming now, I'm going to play you the audio that I made. I did the review when I was on my way back from Croydon. It's a 90-minute walk back, so I recorded a little review of the view in Grants in Croydon. So here comes a very slightly younger, more sprightly version of me. So yeah, here we go. Evening, chums. Howdy, folks. Are you alright, pet? Yeah, I've just ducked into a little quieter road, so this should be all good, barring that one car. So anyway, following what I assume was a superb introduction from a more distinguished, older version of me, maybe a few hours older, maybe a few days older, here I am, youthful Jack, firmly in the past. Right now it is 9ish PM in the evening, 2100 hours give or take, Thursday 25th of November, and I'm walking home after seeing King Richard at the View Cinema in Croydon, the Grants one. It's bloody freezing, as a side note as well. But Croydon Grants, I know what you're thinking. Sounds bloody grim, but no, this is it's my home turf, so I thought a good place to start. And yeah, if I had a league table or a sort of snazzy like stats chart, like that cinema and the other View over on Purley Way, they're probably the cinemas that I think I've been to the most. And they're the ones I used to go to growing up. And let's just say I've got a deep built-in love-hate relationship with both of those cinemas from previous. But to keep this thing kind of fair, I'm going to just judge just by today's visit and today's visit only. And to make a good kind of ongoing comparison, I thought it'd be good to do some admin. So, nearest train, East Croydon Station. Nice and easy to get to. This was, or you got your George Street tram. There's loads of travel ways to get to this, so that's a good factor. The time that I saw it was 5:30, and the showing was about a week after the film was released. Ticket price was £9.99 for a VIP, and I've decided as well that I'm always going to go for the best seats that are available in the screen that they offer, because why not? And staff interaction, that wasn't applicable today because I got my ticket from the little robot kiosk down below, like the touch screen jobbies, and there was no ticket check at the screen either, so it was all nice and easy, all pretty anonymous. So that's the admin. And I kind of, this is my experience of the film. I get into the screen, got settled as expected, completely dead, just me, just how I like it. Sat in the chair, nice chair, no sticky floor, very clean actually, and I think actually it was the nicest that it's ever been in the old Croydon View, so good for them. But all was looking good, and got through the adverts, still no one, and then of course halfway through the trailers, in he comes, one dude, and of course he's got popcorn, and I mean, even though it's an empty screen, of course he sort of bought the row behind me, or the seat behind me. So anyway, we've got the whole place to ourselves, so I kind of went over to the other side. Probably looked a bit passive aggressive, but whatever. Still in the VIP. So I settled in again, and the only thing I heard from him throughout, he was doing that sort of annoying, that half cough that people do when they're trying, you know, he's trying to be considerate, doing a half cough, like, which, I mean, it just kind of drags it out, doesn't it? Like, all you need to do if you've got that cough is do one good one, one big phlegma, and then you're done. Or just fuck off out the cinema. But anyway, that's my surroundings, that's the audience, that's what that was like. So the film itself, film starts, King Richard. All I knew about the film beforehand was that it was Will Smith, and then it was about the Williamses, the tennis sisters, Venus and Serena Williams, and their generic sort of careers and shit, but didn't know anything else about it. And long story short, it's the plot of every single sports biopic that you might have ever seen. Pretty standard on that front, but that's not saying you shouldn't watch it, because there's a few little curveballs in there. I mean, one bit, for example, which I think I need to re-watch, like Richard, Will Smith, he almost murders one of the local Compton gangsters. Like, he parks up his camper van thing and he's got a gun and he's gonna murder this kid in the street. He's gonna put a cap in him. But, well, luckily, unluckily, the guy fucking gets drive-by'd right in front of him. Like, before he can go through with it, someone else murders this guy. And then, yeah, he just sort of shrugs his shoulders, gets back in his car, and he's like, yeah, just fucking no, I'm just going to go home. And it's a mad scene. It's fucking very out of place with the rest of the film. It's kind of a character-defining scene. Like, if it's in another film, that's the whole film. But in this one, like, I don't even think that's a big spoiler, because it happens, and then it never comes up again. And because he's doing training in the rain, the other gangsters just go, yeah, all right, we like you now, and we'll protect you. But anyway, so Will Smith was really good. Like, this is his big Oscar bait film, because, I mean, if you really think about it, for him, it's a bit like a blend of his previous nominations, like a blend of Ali and The Pursuit of Happiness. Like, so he's had those nominations, and this film, it's got the, like, impersonating a sports legend biopic angle, and then it's got the, you know, the heartstrings inspirational father angle. So, you know, well, I think he knows what he's doing, but not to be cynical about it, I hope it works. Really like the guy. I think he should have got an Oscar for Ali, but yeah, if he gets one for this, I won't be surprised, because he was fucking good. So the other cast as well, I should say, like his wife was brilliant. Like, she's always good. Yeah, she was in Ray and Men of Honor. Oh, one sec. Anjanou Ellis, and yeah, a guy that I had to look her name up, but oh yeah, she's in The Help, Notorious. Yeah, if Ian Beale Street could talk, like, she's always class. So, and this was no exception. And yeah, good throughout King Richard. And well, yeah, there's a particularly good bit where she's in a kitchen that might even be in the sort of supporting actress category, but you'll no doubt see that clip. That's probably the most famous clip from the film. The kids, I mean, my only criteria for kids in films is that they're not fucking annoying. Like, but in this, they did well, and well, more than well. They went above and beyond, and from what I could tell, they were actually good at tennis as well. So I don't know whether that was computer graphicked in, but it was convincing. And yeah, it looked good. So yeah, I think now I just need a kind of overall rating system. So rating today's cinema experience as a whole, including the cinema and the film. So I think for now I'll do it out of 10, and well, this rating system might change, but I'm going to go for a 7. That feels right. It just feels right as of now. It was a good film, don't get me wrong. Not a great film. Kind of, standard cinema screen as well. But, apart from the guy with the little cough, and it was just like an all-round 7 of a experience. So it's good sort of price to experience ratio as well, if that can be a thing. So yeah, that's the review. Maybe there'll be a little outro now stuck in for you, or maybe there'll be something else, or maybe this is the end. Either way, if you can do it safely, get out and watch King Richard. And, well, in general, go out and support your local cinema regardless of what you're watching. Just get out if you can do it safely. So yeah, for now, I will say goodbye from me. Swish. So yeah, this is now the outro. Thanks for sticking about. And yeah, these cinema episodes are a little bit different, but still fun to make. And hopefully that one's just the beginning of another tasty little strand of Tidbits Pods. So yeah, but regular style episodes will still happen as and when. The cinema ones won't be as frequent, because for me nowadays, the cinema is quite a big chunk from the old weekly budget. And, incidentally, this episode's ticket came out of money that was given to the show by Mary. So thanks for supporting the show, Mares. And full disclosure, thanks for being my sister. So, if you would like to contribute towards the show, there is a PayPal link in the show description. So don't be shy. But yeah, the email address for the show is tidbitspod@protonmail.com. That's how you get in touch. And you can also message via the Instagram handle, which is @tidbitspod. So yeah, like and share and subscribe and rate and all that stuff. And thanks for listening, team. I'll catch y'all later.